Hello, Jared here, and I'm back with my very first project update. There's no motivational speaking today, if that's what you want to call it. I thought it was time to actually do an official project update. I have sent out some things in my newsletter if you're a part of that. If so, thank you very much. You can sign up for the newsletter at cashmeresky.com. But the site is going to be relaunching very soon as well. So I did want to get into a few updates just to kind of keep anyone that has been interested or is thinking about getting interested on board. So if you stumbled upon this video and you have no idea what's going on, you're in store for a project full of lots of cartoon kitties. It's kind of a throwback to 20th century animation, anywhere between cartoons from Hanna-Barbera to Chuck Jones, Fred Quimby, all the 90s cartoons, Disney Afternoon, all of that stuff. And right now, you see a speed paint. I guess it's not really a speed paint. It is a speed paint, but I'm going through all my characters and cleaning up my sketches. It's been a long, grueling process. When you have a cast of at least, I don't know, 12 to 15 characters. They're not all main characters, but there's still a lot of characters I got to draw. Doing these cleanups is surprisingly long. And I would say each character is taking me 4 to 6 hours a piece to do all the line work, coloring, shading, just to make it look really, really good. Because I'm mainly doing this for the website. And I also had 10 landscapes I had to do, and I've got 9 of them done. I've held off for the last one, which is going to be the second picture of the main city, Highbolt City. And I don't want to hype it up too much, but that one's going to be big. I'm going to push myself harder than I've ever pushed. I'm not like a huge landscape painter. I'm not what you call brilliant at all. I look at my earlier stuff and I kind of wince, but I'll go ahead and throw up a couple of the landscapes I've done here right now and just kind of show you where I've gone, maybe a couple of the main areas of the world. We got Faraday Falls. We have Ohmsdale, which is the main neighborhood of the region, or the Ion Valley region. And then we have Cirrus Heights and Highbolt City. And I also did a world map, just so you can get your bearings on where everything is at. And my writer specifically wanted me to make a world map because in his writing he would get his geography would get screwed up and he would have characters doing things in certain places, and I'm telling him like, well, no, that's not close. They have to take a train or they have to take an airship to get there. It's like that's not close. It's like, well, I don't know where they're at. Like, I need that map really bad. So I made this map. It's kind of like a map that you get from a gift shop, and I wanted to make it kind of cartoony and fun. And then you see handwriting from Arlo and Enzo fighting over it. And, Arlo's making his own notes, and Enzo is trying to get his 2 cents in, drawing little monsters on their little fog monster. He's his younger brother. What are you going to do? But anyway, so if you haven't figured out the themes of this project, that's basically cats, electricity, airships, and kind of mid 20th century America style culture, more 60s, kind of a blend of 50s and 60s. It's not really pinned down exactly. It's got this weird blend. I'm trying to figure out kind of what I'm after. It's almost like Final Fantasy meets Venture Brothers. I don't know. It's not like either one of those at all, but I'm influenced by a lot of things in the past, and not even the modern stuff. I mean, I grew up on the early cartoons. I would watch Looney Tunes from the 40s, and I would watch Popeye, and they would air all this stuff on TV that you never see anymore. You have to like look for it. I think there are networks if Boomerang is still around. I don't know if Boomerang is still around, but I grew up on a lot of the classics, a lot of the, Yogi Bears and Top Cat and tons of Tom and Jerry. Love Tom and Jerry. Go figure, right? But yeah, that's kind of what I'm after. I kind of picked out the things that I thought would be fun, and nostalgic and gave me inspiration. And I try to do the things that I know and the things that I can keep personal and work on. I don't just want to tell a story, but I mean, I want there to be a message like all stories. But the script is still well underway. It's been writing for the last year. And for anyone questioning, my goal is to break ground when I plan to leave New York City here soon. Basically, when I leave later this year, and that's when I told my writer that I want to have at least a gold rough draft or something that we can work with, and at least to give me enough drawing material for the next year. But my main goal is to get reading material into the hands of people by early next year. By early next year, I mean quarter 1, maybe January, February. So less than a year from now, I would like to have reading material. But the website I want to have up within a month. So there's still going to be a lot to see on this project that you can read about and see pictures on. And I also, I don't want to hype this up either. I have a big project for a video that I've been still wanting to get done, but I've been constantly getting delays and pushbacks. And I wanted to get it done this month, but it might have to be stretched to the end of the month into March. So I really also wanted to launch that at the time of the website. So I have to make a decision on how that's going to work. But the video that I have in mind should be what I hope a real treat. It should be a lot of fun. To kind of bring a little bit more of the world to life. I don't want to say too much about it, but when you see it, it'll be on this YouTube channel, and I do hope that you enjoy that. Also, speaking of bringing the world to life, if you haven't been following me, I've been doing a lot of these vintage posters that I want to detail out more than just, the location. I wanted to create culture. And by doing that, I've been doing a lot of these vintage advertisements. I have all these fictitious companies that I've come up with. So I'm throwing those up on the screen right now. We have, let's see, Lockridge Industries. That'll play into some things, definitely into the story, because we have right now this speed paint that you're watching is Donald Trump, not Trump, I'm sorry, Winston Lockridge. But you should get an idea of what his personality is like just by that slip up I did on purpose. It's no accident, just like Biff Tannen was no accident from Back to the Future. But moving on, we have other companies like Solar Ionics, which is responsible for all the airship technology, a lot of the cool stuff in the world. It's kind of like Aperture Science meets Tesla Motors is the way I like to think of it. And then we have a lot of the public services. We have Voltrac Railways. They're the maglev high-speed trains that get you everywhere. Public transit. We have the Voltrac Public Transit Authority. So it's like the inner city high-bolt hover trolleys and all the transit systems of the city. And then we have Jolt Java. Because, who doesn't need a good cup of coffee? I need a good cup of coffee every day. So why not throw in a stupid coffee company? Because that's fun. Maybe we'll have a spinoff of some great heroic barista that made the ultimate mocha frappuccino, and he changed the world. Who knows? And then I have some other propaganda advertisements. We got the shop at Edison Square, or the shops at Edison Square, which is going to be playing into my final landscape of Highbolt City. I actually want to show Edison Square. It's kind of like Union Square of New York City, if you've ever been there. And then we got, of course, just propaganda stuff. Visit Ion Valley. Lots of puns. Electricity is in the air. Hubba hubba. And if you didn't already know, those little stars and graphics, I totally got inspired by Bewitched. So that gives you a little bit more flavor. And then you have little advertisements, Tesla, Maxwell, all that stuff. And also, last but not least, I have a recruiting poster that I recently made. Sign up today. and it's the public services. So you have the police, fire, and medical. And our main character, or one of the main characters, Abram, is basically the chief of police. So that's actually him on the left as like this weird superhero-esque like looking character. Well, I think I've prattled on long enough. I don't need to make this video forever long, because there will be more of these, especially when I get closer to the launch of the graphic novel. But as far as this, it's been a busy couple of months, that's for sure, and it's still going to be quite a bit more after this, because this entire year is just going to be relentless. Because I still have all these things I need to do to prep for the new website. I got that video I gotta do. Then I have to go into, marketing and promotion mode, and I have to do all this other stuff. I gotta organize my paneling and work with my writer, do some test runs, test sketches, thumbnails, pacing. We got all sorts of things. But I do assure you that the script is well underway. I've already read Act 1. We're into Act 2 and 3. But it's gonna be something else. It's gonna be many years in the making, and I hope I can keep with it. But I feel pretty confident that I will. I've got this far, and it's just the beginning. So thanks for listening, hanging in there. You can check out more cashmeresky.com, and then my DeviantArt page, fxscreamer.deviantart.com, which the links will be below. And you can check out more of what's going on there. But I can't wait to get the website launched, because then you're going to be able to see it all in one place, and it will all start to make sense. Because right now, everything's kind of scattered. I've done updates and revisions, and I've changed the story and character profiles multiple times. So it's kind of cluttered, kind of a mess. So once the website's launched, it's going to be it's going to be so much better. But don't forget, if you want to sign up for the newsletter, it is at cashmeresky.com. But other than that, here's good old Winston Lockridge. I drew him in another video, my adventures in character design, but here he is again. And boy, he's having a good old time, isn't he? I don't know who he's waving to, but I'm not in that crowd. So anyway, thanks for watching. Stay updated, comment, like, subscribe. I gotta say that. And I'll see you next time.